to be with you today on the occasion of International Day of Yoga. I was eagerly looking forward to meeting you all in person, as well as to have the blessing of revered Sadhguru. However, certain unavoidable official commitments have forced me to miss the great opportunity to be with Sadhguru today. I will leverage technology today to participate in this program organized by Isha Foundation. Moreover, I will take the first available opportunity to visit Coimbatore and be benefited by the spiritual guidance of Sadhguru. Friends, yoga has achieved new heights of recognition and acceptance in the last few years. Under the able guidance of our Prime Minister and with the active cooperation of people of our country, yoga has become a new identity of India today. It is a matter of great pride for every Indian today. The International Yoga Day is being organized on a large scale across the world. Some time ago, taking special interest in the popularization of yoga, our Honorable Prime Minister urged all the heads of the states as well as the village pradhans to embrace this great heritage of India. As a result, from Fiji in the east to San Francisco in the west, from top leadership to the common people, to people of all castes, creeds, nationalities, and races have embraced yoga and have joined this Yoga Day celebrations. Our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi had, while addressing the UN General Assembly, called upon the world community to celebrate Yoga Day. The adoption of this resolution by the United Nations was certainly a big step towards the welfare of humanity. Yoga gained further recognition worldwide when it was included by UNESCO in the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity on the 1st of December 2016. My dear friends, among many definitions of yoga, one of the most appropriate is yogaschitta vrittihi nirodha, that is the cessation of the mind instinct, that is chit, so that we are not mere slaves of our instincts and desires, but are their masters. In layman terms, it means something like controlling of our thoughts, our emotions, our tendencies and motivations, and training them in the positive direction. Yoga is not merely a good means of attaining physical fitness through asanas, it is much more than that. Yoga is also a means to connect a person to oneself by removing the restlessness and confusion inherent in our worldly existence. It is a medium to connect to oneself. Yoga is a means of knowing oneself in solitude. Today is the International Yoga Day. I congratulate and wish you all the best for this day. Our body and our mind are inextricably linked to each other. Yoga keeps our body and mind healthy. Similarly, our health also depends on the quality of surrounding air and soil as well. We have a saying, dharmo rakshati rakshita, that is, whoever protects dharma, dharma protects him. The same is true for both yoga and soil. That is, those who practice yoga and conserve soil, yoga and soil pave the way for their well-being and prosperity. Friends, Guru has a very exalted status in our culture and tradition. He is given the status of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and Parameshwar. The literal meaning of Guru is great. It is believed that Guru is the one who guides us from darkness to light. I would add that the Guru is the one who enables the disciple to eliminate the deep darkness with his own inner light or radiance. The Guru does not teach to run away from bad situations, but to conquer such bad situations by the power of his mind, word, and deed. that is, by exercise of his willpower. Guru Vasistha and Guru Vishwamitra didn't try to shield Rama away from the darkness of unrighteousness, but taught him to face the forces of darkness, fight them, and establish righteousness in society. The same applies to transforming untruth into truth and transforming the fear of death of mortal body into the bliss of the immortality of our soul. I also look at Sri Sadguru in the same way. You are teaching people to live happier and more meaningful lives through yoga on the one hand, and also inspiring them to address the environmental problems on the other hand, thus contributing to the human well-being in multiple ways. Friends, if you look at the history of humans, you will find that all the great personalities who have done the work of giving direction to our society have first gone through introspection and deep contemplation at their own individual level, and after attaining true wisdom, they have traveled from place to place to spread knowledge. From Mahavir Swami, Mahatma Buddha to Guru Nanak, Swami Vivekananda and Mahatma Gandhi, you can see this is a common feature in the lives of many great personalities. Sri Sadguru, I am sure, would have gone through the stage of introspection and contemplation before attaining the true knowledge and wisdom. And as is his specialty of the Gurus, none of their good thoughts or good work is limited to only a few people, caste, sects, region, or even any one country. Similarly, Sadguru also didn't limit the spread of his ideas to the land of India only. To spread his wisdom, he has traveled to many countries of the world. If we look at the ancient tradition of our country, we realize that we have done the work of spreading world peace and similar humanistic ideas across many millennia. By giving the message of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, India has not only considered the people of living within its border, but the people of the whole world as one family. Sadguru, by his work, has certainly brought to life the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam by connecting a large number of people from all over the world into one thread for creating a new environmental movement. I would like to mention another attribute that I have noticed in Sadguru. There have been many great personalities in our society who have shown the way to the world in getting rid of the problems of the material world. There have been many such sages who have rejected the world as mortal, have explained the path of attainment of the Brahma, and have given the message of transcendentalism to the people. But respected Sadguru is one of those rare personalities who are enriching the material world through campaigns like Save Soil, as well as giving transcendental messages through spirituality. We are certainly very fortunate to have got direct inspiration from Sri Sadguru. Friends, we are living in an era when there has been a persistent and real apprehensions about the irreparable degradation of environment. We see new data of soil degradation and increasing soil salinity every day. Scientists from all over the world claim that the fertile topsoil will last only for next 60 years or so. At such a time, the Save Soil campaign certainly provides a ray of hope. It instills a belief that the large number of people from all over the world who have joined this campaign will contribute in maintaining the health of the soil in the times to come. Friends, when it comes to soil, our immediate attention goes towards its fertility, its degradation, salinity, and other such environmental concerns. But the importance of soil is much broader and deeper than this. It is directly related to human civilization, culture, literature, history, art, and philosophy. The first step in the journey of human beings from nature to culture was land or soil. Here, nature refers to the original state of creation, that is, the stage of hunter gatherers, and culture refers to practice of agriculture, which initiated the journey of human civilization. The beginning of agriculture is the starting point of our culture. With the passage of time, the food habits, dress, customs, way of life all become part of the culture, and all of them are invariably linked to the local and along with the local soil, climate, and water resources, etc. Dal bati churma in Rajasthan, or bhat in Bengal, Bihar, or idli sambar in Tamil Nadu didn't randomly become a part of the local cuisine. The weather, water resources, as well as the soil have been the main reasons behind local preferences. The kind of crops that the soil will allow to be grown in a place would determine the food and culture of the region. Sri Girija Kumar Mathur was a great Hindi poet. In a few words, he presents this in a wonderful way, stating that the piercing or soil by plough, a metaphor of the coming together of nature and the human effort, give birth to the human civilization. I want to share it with you. हल की जिसकी नोक से बेजान मिट्टी झूम उठती, सभ्यता का चांद खिलता, जंगलों की रात मिटती. When man progressed from uncivilized existence to civilization, he progressed only because of the land covered with bountiful, fertile soil. In our culture, rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, and Godavari have been recognized as mothers. There is a good reason behind this. Who is a mother? The one who gives us life and nurtures us. Rivers do the same thing. On the one hand, they provide us with abundant water. On the other, they continue to make the land fertile and enrich our life by bringing different types of soils from far and wide. The best example of how land and soil make up our history is the emergence and development of many of the world's civilizations. Be it the Indus Valley civilization, the Mesopotamian civilization, the Babylonian civilization, or the Greek civilization, all have been connected by rivers in some way or the other. Rivers are the mother of civilizations. Therefore, whether it is the divine Vedas or the Holy Bible, the Guru Granth Sahib or the Quran Sharif, the Avesta or the Talmud, rivers have an important place in all the ancient religious texts. Inevitably, we see the effect of our soil on art, literature, philosophy, etc. In fact, every aspect of life. There is a very close relationship between land and security as well. Such land, where soil productivity is high, there is peace and prosperity and less conflict. Whereas such land, where there is a lack of soil productivity and natural resources, there is a greater possibility of conflict and deprivation. Some commentators believe that there has been a breakdown in internal security in the Middle East or some African countries in the past because there was a shortage in natural resources like agricultural productivity and water. Whereas, fortunately, our country has never faced such a situation. Probably understanding the importance and the greatness of the land which sustains us, our ancestors had said, Mata Bhumihi Putroham Pratibhya, that is, the land is our mother and we are all its sons. And this is the reason why Bhumi Puja is done before initiating a new construction in this country. It is in this way of puja that permission and blessing are taken from the land so that the construction work can be completed without any hindrance. It is also a good way to show our gratitude towards the land which has given us everything. Soil is not just soil, but the soul of our society and culture. In such a situation, the campaign of Save Soil is being run vigorously by all of you. It is not only an effort to protect the most important layer of the earth, but a great effort to preserve the human civilization and culture. As a child, we had read a couplet of Kabir in our textbook, which was as follows: माटी कहे कुम्हार से तू क्या रौ दे मोय, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रौ दूंगी तोय. At that time, we used to take its meaning in the context of Jiva, Maya and Jagat. But that couplet is equally relevant in our ordinary life also. Humans have degraded and overexploited the land in the name of development through deforestation, excessive irrigation, overextension of groundwater, overuse of fertilizers, and various types of construction works. We have either swallowed the land, depleted the soil, or left it as a wasteland. Just a few days ago, while releasing the data about the earth, the United Nations said that up to 40% of land is now degraded, which is affecting about half of the world's population. This is a big alarm bell for the entire humanity. The whole world needs to be aware of the deteriorating condition of soil and the necessity of taking appropriate soil conservation measures. Friends, the ecosystem of our earth is built in such a way that the impact of environmental degradation in a particular geographical area is not limited to that area only. Its effect is much larger and even encompasses the whole world. Carbon emission is an example in point. Even if it is happening in one country, it definitely affects all other countries. That is why all the summits, conferences, conventions, and agreements regarding global environment protection, whether it is Rio Summit, United Nations Conventions to combat desertification, climate change convention, Kyoto Protocol, or Paris Convention, they guide all the countries of the world in a similar way to act in unison. As a responsible nation, India, guided by its tradition and culture, has continuously striven for soil conservation. We have understood very well that soil conservation cannot be done by focusing only on the soil. Therefore, we have tried to conserve and increase all the other components related to it, such as afforestation, wildlife, wetlands, etc. Friends, it is well known to all of us that the solution of collective problems will also be possible only through collective efforts. Therefore, it is necessary today that we all try to protect the soil and environment and move together towards a better world. Knowledge of history is necessary for human life so that we can learn from it and give better direction to our future. We are such fortunate people that our culture evolved in the lap of Mother Nature. Even today, we wish not only for peace for humans in auspicious world, but also for the peace of earth, sky, water, air, fire, medicine, nature, that is entire environment and even peace itself. These are the edifying values of the land of India. Human civilization has progressed so far that it is neither possible nor advisable to go back into the past. But it is definitely possible that we should find new technologies in the field of science and make such innovations which will keep our eco-friendly values intact. We should become companions of nature and have a sense of reverence and respect for the living beings as well as the inanimate elements of nature. This should be our aim. I have full faith that the gradually human civilization will overcome the environmental problems of our times and build a happy, prosperous, equitable and sustainable future for all of us. Friends, if you look at the root cause of most of the problems that exist in our society today, you will find that it is because of the lack of broad-mindedness among ourselves. Everyone is living for his own sake. My body, my job, my home, that is. Just I, me, and myself. And this is the result of narrowness of the mind. To do such selfish calculations is the work of small-minded people. Nations are not even hesitating to fight with each other for unjust and selfish gains. In such a situation, yoga is becoming more and more relevant for us today. Yoga teaches us to embrace the whole world by making our mind broad and liberal. It is said, Ayam nijah paroveti gadana laguchetsam udar charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. It means, this is mine, this is his. Such is the thinking of narrow-minded persons. On the contrary, for the liberal people, this whole earth is like a family. The message given by our ancient sages thousands of years ago to humanity is equally relevant to the world today. Yoga is a great medium to spread this message of human fraternity. Finally, I extend my deep reverence and best wishes to respected Sadhguruji and the Isha family. Keep going like this, keep moving forward, keep making people aware of soil and environment, and keep making our valuable contribution to the preservation of human civilization and culture. My best wishes are with you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. सदगुरु जी को मेरा पुनः शीश झुकाकर प्रणाम.
Thank you very much to the Honorable Rajnath for his wonderful words of cheer and wonderful words of encouragement for our Sadhguru. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Sadhguru with us now. We've been waiting for a long time to see him, and I'd like to request Air Marshal S.K. Indoria, Senior Air Staff Officer, to please accompany Sadhguru to the stage.